very glad that you're very glad that you come here to this Keyworth Centre, because this is about regeneration. We think the other side of globalization is about make sure that your own community is also right. And what we're trying to do is build a community here as a university, as a resource for the community. So we're delighted to welcome you to this Keyworth Centre. We're about to demolish nothing wrong in demolishing bad buildings. It's the good ones you shouldn't demolish, but we're going to build another one of these next door, and this is the largest health building for health education, because we think that's pretty crucial too. And so we're delighted therefore you come here. I'm not going to speak very long, because I think you're the longest programme I think I've seen for a launch, and it looks very exciting and tremendous. But I just want to say a few words. I met Ruth a little while ago properly at a quite extraordinary event, which was the, what's it called? The Curtine Cafe, the Knowledge Cafe. It was on the occasion when there was a lot of knowledge, but the cafe had gone missing. The caterers had not turned up. And so I was called upon to say, well, you know, fix the catering. But in fact, I ended up having to talk to the next one, which is the deal. So I've had an opportunity to talk to Ruth and listen, and she's had an opportunity to hear how little I have to say on any subject. She clearly has a lot to say about issues, because, as you know from her own record, she's got a very distinguished and I think a very eclectic range of engagement in the issues of information management. I mean, she started work here 6 years ago with Lee and colleagues, and it was then Schism. We now call it X-Schism, which is the computing area, which is dealing with business. And of course, Ruth, like others, have moved into this new burgeoning area, and we're delighted that she's continuing to work with us and with our colleagues in Greenwich. We're always an open-handed university, always welcome Northampton even. Delighted to see you here, seriously. I think it's a very topical subject. It's interesting, is it not, that in this fabulous election we're having, you know, full of really meaty subjects and powerful statements about the future of the world, not much is actually being said about some of the real issues. And one of the real issues actually is the extent to which we're pretty powerless actually, whatever we try to do, sometimes against the overweening forces around us who earn $1.3 million a day in profits. And I won't say which company it is, but look at your paper today and see which that is. And there are issues here, and I think this book is very timely. So probably very controversial. I suspect I've only glanced at some of it because I only had the opportunity earlier, but I can already see in the conclusion that this is going to stir a few pots, and I rather hope the camera there isn't Jeremy Paxman actually going to film this for his next thing, but he could well do. I'd also say that actually what Ruth brings to this, of course, is an understanding not only of what used to be called libraries, but was now actually about the management of information. And addressing issues that not just about dealing with books, but about intellectual property, and how intellectual property itself actually is one of those commodities which actually can make or break communities and people. And I think in this there are some very important lessons. It's a very handsome book. I was told earlier that in fact it contains a great deal of materials, a tremendous amount of data and information, but much more important and powerful argument. And I'm sure it'll do extremely well. And congratulate the publishers, Chandos, on coming here. We hope that you'll use this place regularly for more of Ruth's books, which they come out. It's always very exciting to have your first book out, and I think this is something which we celebrate. Ruth, I'd said I would only say a few words, but we do congratulate you. We're very, very glad of your association with us, and we are very, very happy that we can at least be a place where we can discuss these issues, even if in the political arena they don't. So thank you very much indeed.